Hello everyone. Our theme is Biped Petrol. Team ID 626. Our institution name is Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, Pune. I am Anamay Mahesh Belekar, the team leader, and the remaining team is Shivam Patil, Pooja Bornarkar, and Chinmay Palaye.
The work distribution is as follows. Annamai worked with Zigbee hardware and documentation. Shivam contributed in modeling and looked after all non-technical work required in theme. Chinmay dealt with latex and C-code documentation along with modeling. Myself, Pooja, contributed in Zigbee hardware and looked after video recording. Every team member has contributed in coding and tuning part.
We also face some challenges in our journey. For example, to make the robot go forward or backward, we were using the joystick to change the tilt set point of the robot. But especially on the slope, sometimes even the maximum offset was not enough, and the robot would just roll down the slope. So to solve this, what we did is was to we incremented the offset value by some amount in every iteration while the joystick was an extreme point. That is, the offset value was integrated while the joystick was at an extreme point. This integration was reset whenever joystick moves to a non-extreme point. Another problem we faced was our robot was slipping while going over the pebbles. So to solve this, we made the pebbles more rough using glue and sandpaper. This improved the performance of the robot significantly. One non-technical problem we faced was a lack of full-time dedicated working space. So we managed by using our hostel rooms to balance and tune the robot, and to get practice on the actual arena, we used a college lab in the task 5 submission times. So for over the 1 week of task 5, we used a college lab.
In E-Yantra robotics competition, we learned about LQR control strategy, Lagrangian mechanics, how complex systems can be modeled using Euler-Lagrange equation. We also learned about latex documentation, ZigBee communication module, and manufacturing and assembling process of robot.
So here the green LED and the buzzer turns on for a second, which indicates the start of the match. So you can see the direction and the motion of the robot controlled wirelessly by using the Zigbee communication. So now you can see the robot is trying to pick up the medical boxes and the first aid kits from the racks. So there are two electromagnets placed at the bottom of the robot, which are used to pick up the first aid kits, chlorine tablet, medical boxes at a time. So here we can see the robot has picked up a medical box and a first aid kit. So the on-off control of the electromagnets is also in the hands of operator. There are two switches in the remote control which are used to on and off the two electromagnets. So now the robot will advance to the bridge. So for the forward and backward motion of the robot on the bridge as well as on the normal path, the set point of the vertical angle theta is changed, and thus accordingly the robot moves forward and backward. The robot has descended from the bridge. So here we can see the robot is trying to place the boxes at their proper places. So medical box and first aid kits are to be placed in these racks. So one of the boxes has been placed. While placing the box, the switch corresponding to that particular electromagnet is turned off. So now the robot is heading to place another box. So here in this case, the one electromagnet is on and another is off. So here we can see the robot is placing the box correctly at its position. So by making the electromagnet off, the robot has placed the box in its proper place. So now it is heading towards the remaining boxes to be fetched and again placed into their proper places. So here now you can see it is heading to pick up the chlorine tablets, 2 chlorine tablets from the rack, and it will place it in the water tank. So he has successfully picked up the 2 of the chlorine tablets and is now heading through the bridge to the water tank. So here you can see the robot has successfully crossed the bridge, and it will now head to place the chlorine tablets in the water tank. So by making both the electromagnets off, it has successfully placed the chlorine tablets in its position, and the robot will now head to the final position, parking position of the theme. And as we see, the red light blinks and it's
It's a good run from team ID 6 to 6. And I think team can start taking questions from the judges. Team, please unmute your video. Judges, please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible now? Hello,
Yes, sir. Yes,
is
sir.
it?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay,
Great,
finally.
great to hear voice.
Uh, can I ask
Sanam, bolo.
questions? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, can you guys show the robot design, like in the camera? Some can see the camera the robot design, because it is quite different, I think, from other team.
Yeah, sir. Can I present my screen? Okay.
So I have a picture from the team.
Yeah,
I'll present.
you can show the picture, Abhijit. So where is the CG of the robot in your design?
Sir, CG of the robot is very high in the robot. So we placed all the electronic components and batteries at the top. So CG of the robot is very high.
Oh. So is it easier to balance if the CG is above or near to the base? My question is why to put CG in the above on the top of the robot, like so high?
Yeah, sir. So we did some calculations. We figured that the time taken by robot to fall is directly proportional to the radius, that is the distance from the pivot and the CG. So the more the distance, the slower the bot will fall, and that way we get more time to react to the changes happening to the tilt angle.
And did you get this design from a model or like from hit and trial, like?
No, sir. We modeled this in CATIA first. So we used in the CATIA design we had used the 4 links, so the cuboidal structure. But then we figured that this would do, and this will weigh much less. So we finalized this design.
Okay, that is enough for me. Like any other judges can continue.
Thanks. Vivek?
Yeah. So in your introduction, you mentioned something about making the gravel rougher, right? So that you can travel, but you didn't try it in this run.
Yeah. So we were facing some problems in the gravel. So in the initial time, we decided to avoid the gravel pathway altogether. But then we discovered in the bonus task we had to have at least 2 LRGs. So we set on it, and we got it right.
Okay. Now, what was your idea for the bridge? You explained something like how did you go with the bridge? What was the algorithm used there?
Shivam, would you like to answer this?
Yes, sir. Sir, what we have done is while controlling the robot, if the robot takes a run up from a longer distance, then there will be more inertia of the robot, and it is difficult to control the robot when it's on the top. So what we have done is we have integrated the joystick value. For example, if I press the joystick backward for a longer amount of time, there is a separate variable which is the and it reduces the speed. Same thing happens if the run up is quite short and there is not enough inertia to climb up the bridge. Then I press it forward for more continuously. Then another variable is incremented and it is added to the PWM value.
I see. Now, if you have the exact same idea, and then if they make the bridge steeper, would it still work?
Then I have to change the constants which are multiplied to the incremented value.
I see. You have to change something in
For
your
easier
control.
control.
I see. All right. Thanks. I have no other questions.
I have question regarding your electromagnet switching on and off. So when you switch on, when do you switch on and when do you switch off?
Ma'am,
Is
we
it
switch.
manual?
Yeah, it is manual.
Okay. So when you do this, so when do you apply that switching on and off manually also?
When just before picking and just before placing, I switch it off.
Right. So when you are picking it up, your can it stand for at a given place without?
Yeah. Without, ma'am, I have to give my visual feedback to the robot so that I can make it stand at one place by adjusting the joystick.
So it not stable.
So that time I have to make it stable for 1 or 2 seconds. Then I press the release button of electromagnet.
So does the same person release the button who is
Yes.
controlling the robot?
Yes, ma'am.
So if that is the case, then you are keeping both the hands occupied. One is holding the joystick and the other is pressing the button, right?
No, ma'am. We have 2 joysticks, one for forward, backward, and one for left, right. And I have used same push button attached to the joystick for controlling electromagnet. For example, the joystick which I used for forward, backward motion. If I press the joystick, then right side electromagnet will be switched on and off. Similarly for the left side.
So I'll come to the exact technical question here. If you see the human response time is in some milliseconds or maybe in seconds rather, right? So there is a possibility that you miss out switching off the magnet.
Yeah. Yes.
Did it happen?
Yes, and we kept a person who will be remembering which state the electromagnet is in. For example, if I forgot that I have made the electromagnet on or off, I will ask Aname whether the electromagnet is on and off, and then he will reply.
All right. Okay, thank you. I'm done.
Thank you.
Thanks, Leena. Nice question. Anybody else?
Yeah, Amit, just a quick question.
Yeah.
It's a very simple, quick question. So, in this competition, just wanted to understand, is there any provision to change wheel type or it's restricted to a certain dimension?
Sir, we had to use the wheels given by the eYantra team.
Okay, so you followed that. Yeah, just wanted to know that. Okay. Thank you. I don't have any other question. Thank you.
Yeah, so Amit, the whole point of that is that we wanted everybody to be on a level playing field as far as the
Yeah.
basics go, like motors and wheels and stuff like that. Otherwise, one can get unfair advantages by kind of playing around with these kind of numbers.
Exactly. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, but a very interesting point I'd like to note here is that a couple of years ago when we had this biped theme, there was one team which kind of cheated and changed the motors and put very high torque motors. So with the result that they had very aggressive control and that bot could go very fast. But when it came to the performance in the team, the guys with our motors, which is less torque, and but with the superior control algorithm, won the competition hands down. So it just shows that just brute force without application of mind is not that advisable, and it kind of celebrates the need for high quality engineering in anything. So it's not only materials, but it's the engineering that goes behind it. So I thought that was a nice thing to share here. So thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So, Professor Arya, I have to leave. I have a meeting at 6 o'clock. I left that message to Avinash.
No issue.
Thank you.
No issue. Thank you. So, nice work, team. So, you've shown us one other variant of the robot. You have a very tall robot, and you've done an interesting job with it. And you've also reflected upon what are the issues. And I think with the help of Professor Lina and others, who kind of illustrated the nuances of your kind of control. So, thanks a lot. We've also learned a bit in the process. How many teams are there from Vishwakarma Institute in this competition at the moment?
Sir, many teams participated. I think more than 10 teams participated. But I think 4 were selected for stage 2, and ours is the only team which went to the final stage.
So does your college do anything special with you guys? Feed you something different?
Yeah, we have a robotics club, the robotics forum. We all 4 are part of it. So we do have a culture like system. So for example, Shivam here is actually my senior, and he was an introduced to Yantra competition, and we introduced our juniors to the competition and so on. So there is a tradition of passing the knowledge on.
Excellent. Good to know that. So thanks, guys. We'd like to move on to the next team. So I'd like to hand the floor over to Aditya. Good work, guys.
Thank you, sir.